What's up guys, check it out. So I was driving to pick up my son from my mom's house. On the very corner of their property, boom, look at that. Beautiful and fresh, vibrant, colorful. Oh my gosh. Are going to grab this, going to take it home, and we are going to make several different things from it. So this is a pretty cool and exciting find. What a beautiful mushroom. And so for those of you that don't already know, this is a very good specimen of chicken of the woods. I'll throw the scientific name up on the screen for you so that you can look that up.
We found some chicken of the woods. I'll show you how to cook it today.
Alright guys, we're back in the kitchen with our chicken of the woods. This is my wife Amanda. She's going to assist me today. So the first thing you want to do with the chicken of the woods is you want to take it from, usually they come in huge clumps like this a lot of times, and so you just want to kind of break that down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Okay, for like chicken of the woods, it's named for that because it has a taste that's very similar to chicken, so you can put it in a lot of different recipes that call for chicken. You know, it's really, what do you call it when you can put things in other things?
Versatile.
Yes. So chicken of the woods is really versatile, and you can use it in place of any recipe that would call for chicken. Today we're just going to do a simple one just to show you guys basically how you break it down, how you clean it, and then we'll just throw it on the barbecue grill. Of course you can do this over an open fire, which makes it kind of cool. We're going to do a teriyaki flavor today, so it's kind of like a teriyaki barbecue chicken of the woods. You can bread it just like you do chicken. You can fry it. You can also saute it, you know, just like you would do a lot of different store-bought mushrooms. So there's a ton of ways to do it. Like I said, it's one of the most versatile mushrooms. But as far as breaking it down, like I said, you want to put it in some more manageable pieces. And the most flavorful part of the mushroom is these orange ends. And where it sits on the base of the tree, or where it's attached to the base of the tree, a lot of times that can build up like a slime or a bacteria, and you want to get rid of that and cut that away immediately if you can. It actually can cause a lot of gastrointestinal issues and stuff like that, so you don't want that. It's basically a bacteria, so you don't want to eat that. So you just cut the base of these off. Now it's really up to you how much of this you want to keep. So that'll be discarded in the discard pile. It's really up to you how much you want to eat. If you got a ton like I do, you can go along here and you can just cut the tips of these off, which is going to be the most tender and flavorful part. And by the way, my wife's not taller than me, she's just on a stool so that we can get in the same frame. Anyway, so she's cutting the bases off here. We'll just discard those. You can discard those in the forest or whatever, and you know, quite possibly spread the spores for, you know, other years. But anyway, so she's just basically going to chunk these up like you would like a chicken breast or something like that. So she'll cut the ends off there, and then you can go a little bit further if you want. Just basically little bites like this, just so they cook a little bit faster. So we'll just cut those into small chunks. Now, being that it is a mushroom, they have a tendency to soak up any kind of liquid. So when I make this teriyaki solution, you can put these in there and you can soak them overnight, but it doesn't take very long for the mushroom to soak it up and get that flavor inside. It's the same thing, so I should say when you're washing these, you really don't want to submerge them in water much. Like I said, they do soak up a lot of water, so what you want to do is they make a brush, but you can use any kind of soft bristled brush, anything like that, like a plastic bristled brush. And you just basically go along there and gently wipe off any dirt, any bugs, any things like that. So now that we've got our little pile here, so now all that's left to do is to make our teriyaki solution and to soak them in that. Alright, so she's just going to add the teriyaki, and then we'll add a little bit of brown sugar. So I usually figure about 1 part brown sugar to 2 parts teriyaki. So you can warm this up on the stovetop and it'll blend well together. We're going to throw it in the microwave for about a minute. Let it get warm, and then we'll just mix it up that way just for time's sake. Any pieces you see that are mushy or soggy or browned at all, you want to just go ahead and take those and remove those out. Okay, so we got that solution warmed up. We're just going to mix that together. So she's just going to throw that in that mixture and let it coat. And like I said, guys, you can let this sit in there and really soak up that flavor. But we're just going to dip ours in there, let it sit for a little bit, and then take it out. Or maybe we're going to soak them, I don't know.
I'm taking them out.
So while she's doing that, I'm going to cover the other method on how to fry these up. So another way to do this is to basically cut them in chunks just the same. And you want them sort of thin. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put those in an egg wash. And then you're going to coat them in either some panko breadcrumbs or some kind of seasoning like that. Some kind of like a breadcrumb consistency.
You can do egg wash with flour and just coat them that way. Where you take egg, a little bit of even just buttermilk, and then coat them back and forth any way that you normally would coat them with a breading.
And then you just fry those up in some hot oil. Peanut oil or olive oil work pretty much all the same. You can use vegetable oil if you want. And just fry those like you would any fried food. When they start to float to the top of the oil, you know they're done.
I like mine crispy.
Nice and crispy. Definitely the way to go.
Crispy on the outside.
Scare you a little bit? Alright, throw them on, baby.
I like my tongs too.
Let me see them tongs, the tongs. Oh, I am. So when we're doing a barbecue or even over a fire, we usually try to get the highest heat possible. Really high heat seems to caramelize that teriyaki on the outside, make them nice and crispy. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. They've been on there a little while. And they're starting to get caramelized on the edges there. A little bit of burnt, which is okay, on the ends. You don't want to burn the whole thing. And so we're going to do a little taste test. This is the first time Amanda's had these particular type of mushrooms, so we'll see what she thinks of it as a new forager. She's eaten morel mushrooms pretty much your whole life, haven't you? Yeah, but hasn't ventured out into any of the other kind of like weirder ones, more unheard of ones.
I've also only had them fried, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, I guess. Alright, so what kind of flavor are you tasting?
Teriyaki.
What about the texture?
Chicken.
Tastes like tender chicken? There you go. The chicken of the woods mushroom. It tastes like chicken. Alright, so I didn't go over it earlier, but a lot of other ways to do this, like like I was saying or alluding to, you can basically use it where chicken is used. And you can make chicken fried, chicken of the woods. You can dehydrate it, then you can ground it into a powder substance, and you can put it in a lot of different soups and stews and things like that. Give it a lot of that flavor. Yeah, it's one of the most versatile mushrooms around. And you can probably tell from the video of me finding it that this stuff really stands out. I mean, I was driving by to go pick up my kids, and I just see this, enormous orange mass coming out of the tree. So it's a really easy mushroom to find as far as like visual sighting. That's all we're going to do today. We're going to try to break this down and do some other things. We might do some more videos out of that. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up, and maybe make a comment if you've tried this before, or if not, or if you do try this. I'd like to know and like to hear about it. If you have your own recipes, I'd love to hear about them too. Again, thanks for watching, and consider subscribing, and happy hunting.